Okay, checking for volume here, see if you can hear me. I don't know if you can see there's a Q&A, but you are welcome to let me know if you can hear me or not, and then we'll get going. Okay, let's get rolling into our virtual volunteering chat here. So what we're going to be talking about today, we've got opportunities that you can participate in for virtual volunteering, any sort of community needs that there are both locally and nationally right now that you might be able to contribute to, and just retouching on those benefits of service, why it is beneficial to you, why it's beneficial to your communities, and that impact that it's going to make. Okay, let's head over to our next slide here. Okay, so what we're going to discuss, again, the virtual volunteering opportunities, what your impact is going to look like. We're going to dive into a lot of different types of opportunities to virtually volunteer, so hopefully one or more of them strikes your fancy. There are a lot of different options out there, and hopefully whatever your area of passion is, you can find something that meets it. We're going to go into some community needs as well, since our UTD community, our local Dallas community, and beyond all have different and similar needs at this time, and would love to give you some opportunities to help out there too. Then we'll go through some of those benefits of service as well, and how you can remain in touch with the Office of Student Volunteerism throughout this time too. So we're going to be continuing to post opportunities for you all and connecting. Just a heads up, my name is Ann Hart. I'm the program coordinator with the Office of Student Volunteerism, and I'm excited to have you all here. Let's get going. Okay, so virtual volunteering, we all love volunteering, and it is a bit more difficult to volunteer at this point in time, since many of us are staying at home for the safety and protection of others and ourselves as well. And this does, of course, limit some of your options for volunteering in the traditional sense of volunteering, which is why we are diving into virtual volunteering now. And virtual volunteering is essentially something that you can do from home, on your computer, online, but it can also be virtual in the sense that maybe you're crafting something to donate at home, or you're upcycling something to reuse from the environment, things like that. And it is incredibly important right now because we aren't able to participate in volunteering in the traditional sense. However, all of those agencies and beneficiaries of our volunteering that we're helping out, it's really important for them that they continue to get the volunteer assistance that they typically do, since they are still trying to provide what they typically do for their areas of need, and some of them even have new things that they're trying to work on and help with. So it is really important that we're able to still help out from afar. And there are so many ways that you yourself can make an impact. And that would be, just giving an hour or two of your time, or maybe you find a really big project that you would love to commit to for a longer period of time, even beyond, us only having the virtual volunteering as an option. So we're going to talk a bit more about what those specific areas of impact are going to look like here. So we've got quite a few virtual volunteering opportunities, and of course, this list is definitely not exhaustive, but I'm going to go through each of these and just give a quick little bit of information, and hopefully one of them catches fancy. So this first one here is called Be My Eyes. So basically this is an app that you can download, and you're going to sign up and you are going to be someone's eyes. So you get to help individuals who have low vision or are legally blind be able to read things like expiration dates on their milk, or maybe they're in a new area and they need help navigating that. But essentially you can help talk them through what things are reading like, what their surroundings are, things like that. Really rewarding opportunity, very easy to get involved with and be a part of. The next one, Catch a Fire. This is more of a way for you to find specific opportunities. So this was where a lot of nonprofits come together and they put out different volunteering opportunities that they have for people to participate in. And this, I would say, more focuses on a professional gear. So maybe you are really strong in the marketing category and a nonprofit needs help with their marketing. Maybe you volunteer to be that person for them. So this one's a great one for developing and building upon those professional skills. And basically the projects that you can work on there can be anywhere from 1 hour to several weeks long or months. So you just, when you're looking there, be really aware of what you want to get yourself into. Hopefully something really wonderful. Volunteer Match is similar in a way that it is also helping you to connect to different volunteering opportunities, and you can search it by specific zip codes, things like that, and it'll connect you with those opportunities. And they also have a COVID-19 specific page right now that I encourage you to visit as well, and that is also going to match you with specific local opportunities to help meet those needs that are happening right now. 7 Cups, that is basically an opportunity for you to offer emotional support, and it is a bit more intensive in terms of training and wanting to make sure that everyone who is supporting on 7 Cups is coming from a compassionate and understanding point of view. So if you are that person, definitely check out 7 Cups. Zooniverse is people-powered research. There are research projects on Zooniverse that are all over the board, so no matter what your interest is, whether it's science, maybe it's the humanities, there's something there for you. Highly encourage you to check that out. Maybe you're going to be mapping different galaxies, identifying mitochondria, transcribing old manuscripts, you name it, it's on there. Points of Light is another basically website where you can be connected to volunteer opportunities as well. And this is a really big national volunteer organization, so they have lots of really great resources too on there. Crisis Text Line is more of a heavily involved volunteer opportunity, so you do have to go through training for this one, and you have to be able to commit a certain numbers of hours every single week. We have a couple students in the OSV who have been participating with Crisis Text Line for a couple years and they absolutely love it. So definitely check out that one. United Nations constantly has volunteer opportunities that really focus on missions that are around development or peace, various things like that. So they have opportunities on their page too. Smithsonian Digital Volunteering is where you can transcribe all sorts of really cool old documents, journals, manuscripts, etc., etc. You get to do that alongside all these other people who are also trying to transcribe documents too. So there's a bit of a connection point there. Project Gutenberg, for anyone who loves to proofread, this is your opportunity. You get to proofread various documents and you get connected with other amazing proofreaders. And then Missing Maps there, this one's very interesting. Essentially, what they're trying to do is map various roads, buildings, infrastructure in areas that are quite literally missing from maps. And it's typically these sort of areas when disasters hit that it's really hard for first responders to get to. So that's why it's so important to be able to map those various bits of infrastructure, buildings, roads, so on and so forth. And there's a bit of training involved in this one that you can do at your own pace, but it's really interesting to check out. Project Implicit, this is basically taking a series of tests to help Harvard researchers understand more about stereotypes and how best those can be broken and addressed. So this one's really just helping that research component there too. Adopted nursing home is something that is happening all over Texas right now. Of course, there are many individuals who are in isolation because they're at higher risk for catching the virus. And so It's hard when you're alone to go through this period of time. And of course, there are workers who are also helping to take care of them. So essentially here you can get connected with nursing homes and write letters or give phone calls to those individuals in isolation and those taking care of them as well. Translators Without Borders, if you're someone who speaks another language besides English fluently, you would be fantastic to sign up for this one. This is basically being able to make material more accessible to other languages. Instead of having everything in English, which is not accessible to everyone across the world, you can be that person who helps make that difference for people who speak other languages. Operation Photo Rescue is very cool. If you are a pro in Photoshop, this is the thing for you. This is basically, there are people when a natural disaster like a hurricane occurs, basically, a lot of people's photos and memories get damaged and ruined. So volunteers for Operation Photo Rescue are able to go in and retouch all of those images and make them look brand new. And the idea is that you're saving people's memories that typically get lost in situations like that. And you do have to apply for this one because they do want to make sure that you are capable of retouching these images and giving them the time that they deserve. The Human Voice Bank is a really interesting one. This is where you basically record your voice. So you're going to be reading various sentences and passages. And what this does, it helps those working with speech technology to create essentially people who have speech impairments. They can have their own unique voice. So they're compiling all of these different people's voices into the voice bank and then being able to create a voice for those who might otherwise be unheard. Right, we already got Translators Without Borders, so we're just going to keep on going there. If anyone has any questions at any point, feel free to post them in the live Q&A, and I'll be happy to answer them along this point. Or if you have any other virtual volunteer opportunities you don't see on this list, feel free to share. Okay. So as you are probably aware, there are many different community needs right now that are needing to be addressed. So we're going to go through some local needs and also national needs. And any of these things are areas that you can easily help with and contribute to. So let's start with some local needs here. And it doesn't just have to be North Texas Food Bank. I know we come from all over the place, so it can be your local food bank of any type. They're having a hard time because we're all having to virtually volunteer. They're having a hard time, making sure donations get in and things like that. So it's easy for you to, to donate to them so they can still use food, especially since so many people are struggling in terms of unemployment and meeting financial challenges at this point in time. We want to just make sure that we can help provide food for those who need it. So feel free to donate. If you've got non-perishable food items, that's a great place to send it to. And that also ties with the UTD Comic Cupboard. I don't know if you've heard of that, but essentially we have our own food pantry on campus, and they are desperately still collecting donations. Please and thank you. So you can feel free to donate items to them if you happen to be nearby campus as well. They are still working to distribute all these items and feed our students. So, okay, the next one here that I skipped over a little bit is the UTD Student Emergency Fund. If you do happen to be facing some financial challenges, this is something that you can apply to and receive money from potentially if you meet qualifications. But if you are not one of those students who is having financial challenges, you can, of course, feel free to contribute to this fund so that your peers who are having those challenges are able to have their needs met and taken care of. Okay, sewing masks. Everyone needs masks right now. UTD essential staff that still has to be on campus taking care of things, getting business done. They are requesting masks, and you can start some with them. There are lots of different tutorials online that you can find to sew masks, and the UTD PD is collecting them. So definitely a good way to go there if you are crafty, or even if you're not. It's a need that needs to be addressed at this point. Okay, adopt a nursing home. We talked a bit about local animal shelters. Of course, they still have animals that need to be loved and taken care of. So you can donate things, food, of course, over there for them as well. Toys, anything to make those animals feel comforted at this point in time. And I know some people are fostering animals right now too. Great option as well if you can. Crossroads Community Services is kind of like a food bank as well. They work to feed people too, so they need assistance as well, making sure that they can still provide food. So if that's money donation for them, that's an option for you. Feed the Frontline. This is one that's happening right now. So the Frontline, that's all of our wonderful healthcare workers who are out there right now, just fearlessly going out there and helping to take care of all of our citizens. They of course need to eat and be taken care of, so you can look into this. You can Google this up and you can check out and see what kind of needs it is that they have. Momentum Eats. This Momentum basically individuals, young adults basically, who have just come out of the juvenile system here are being placed and given jobs to be able to help and get their lives back on track. And they are all working to put meals together as well and continue to be paid through their jobs. So they're trying to help feed our healthcare workers too. So check that one out. Meals on Wheels, this is one you may or may not have heard of before. Essentially, they deliver meals to those who can't go out and get them. So a lot of times it's elderly people who are in their homes, and especially right now when they are a vulnerable population and having to isolate, it's really crucial that we're able to get meals to them. So please check out Meals on Wheels. Genesis Women's Shelter, they of course are still providing a safe haven for women and need to make sure that they're continuing to get donations along those lines to help their populations too. And then local school student meals, of course, with schools being out, students still need to be able to eat and have access to food, and not every student is able to go home and have that kind of access. So local schools are trying to help provide those. So you might be able to help out in that way. If you are nearby some schools, go ahead and just take a look at your local schools and see what they're doing and if there's any way you can help out there. National needs. All right, we are going to look at these. So again, sewing masks. There is a big need for masks for healthcare workers, so please feel free to Google templates for that. And there are also various resources on where to send those masks after you have made them. Instead of just randomly dropping them off somewhere, there are resources that tell you addresses nearby to you where you can drop masks off and how many masks have been requested and so on and so forth. Nonprofits also have a huge need at this point because funding may have changed for them, or they don't have their normal volunteer group right now. They have a lot of needs. So if you know of a nonprofit or you're looking to help out there, you are more than welcome. Catch a Fire is a great way to check out nonprofits and what those needs are right now. They're constantly developing and changing during this time, but they still have populations that they need to serve. So you can be a part of making that happen. Blood donations right now, there is becoming a shortage in the amount of blood donations that are being received right now, understandably. But if you are able to and healthy enough to donate blood, that is a wonderful gift to give, and please do so. Feeding America, this is kind of like the big, massive, overarching food bank source, and you can dive into this greatly. Again, it's is pretty much what it says, Feeding America, trying to provide meals for people at this point in time. And that need is greatly increasing as people face unemployment and various financial challenges. And then United Way is a great resource to check out for finding volunteer opportunities, especially locally. They do a wonderful job of compiling tons of opportunities around you to be able to contribute. So definitely check them out too. Let's see, do we have any questions? Anyone have any questions? It's a lot of me rambling, but thank you so much for listening. Okay, so I wanted to just dive into some of the benefits of volunteering for you as well. I know that right now is a very, very stressful time, and there's a lot of upheaval in your schedule, in your life, and all of those different kinds of things. So I just wanted to remind you how volunteering can help address those various things happening right now. And the first one is, of course, it is so good for the community to be able to have you making an impact and to be serving your community. And of course, if you're this right here says 95% of volunteers feel that they're helping to make their community a better place, and you can be that person that also helps to do that. And the stronger you make your community, the better that everyone will benefit. So also, volunteering can make you incredibly happy. So you know you're making a positive impact on the community, and that helps you feel great and amazing. And you know that you're helping to make a difference in various people's lives as well, and you're serving a greater sense of purpose. So 94% of volunteers report that volunteering improves their mood, which is fantastic right now. I'm sure a lot of us are very stressed. We're sad that things have really changed in terms of our normal UTD lives. So volunteering is a great way to relieve a bit of those emotions and bring in some positivity. And if you are feeling rather helpless right now, or what am I doing? 96% of volunteers report feeling a greater sense of purpose. So this is such a great way to still be in touch with your community and feeling like you are helping and contributing during this time. It reduces stress. That is amazing. I don't know about you all, but I am very stressed during this time with so many unknowns floating about and wanting to make sure family members are taken care of and so on and so forth. Volunteering is a great way to put forth your energy into a positive outlet. So instead of stressing and constantly thinking about everything that's going on, this is a great way to act on those emotions and reduce your stress and get busy thinking about how it is that you're helping and serving that greater purpose. And volunteers also tend to report higher levels of self-esteem and richer interpersonal relationships with non-volunteers as well. So it really does translate into your life outside of just being a volunteer. It keeps you healthy too, which is so important right now, of course. So we do know that if you are in a good mood and you're positive and you're happy, that means you're not going to be as stressed, which means you're going to have a better health happening there. So your immune system's going to be a bit boosted and you're going to be ready to take on those challenges. So 76% of people report feeling physically healthier after volunteering. And volunteering can help deal with different health issues. So about 1 in 4 volunteers say that it helps them manage a chronic illness too. So it's not just about trying to be healthy right now, it's knowing that this can really help keep you healthy in the long run. And 5 here, which is super, super important, especially for all of us, it helps to develop your professional skills. Especially if you're working on some of those more intensive virtual volunteer opportunities, like some of the ones you might connect with a nonprofit on. That is such a great way to develop your skills. And that might even be something you can put on a resume in the future as well. And among people who say that volunteering has helped their career, it says 87% reported that volunteering has enriched their people skills and teamwork skills. And even if we are virtually volunteering, it is such a great skill to be able to know how to work with technology and how to communicate with people despite not being there in person with them. And how is it that we work together as a team despite having distance between us? and 75% felt that it improved their time management skills, especially right now when suddenly your whole schedule has been, put up in the air and you're having to really figure out the best way to make yourself function during this time and to make sure that you're managing your time appropriately. This is a great way to help yourself to get on track and start understanding the best and most effective ways to use your time. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of information. But I wanted to let you know that there are ways that you can still continue to connect with the OSV. We have a lot of exciting things coming up. Next week is National Volunteer Week, so we're going to be featuring some at-home fun projects for you all to do about hotlines, crafting kind of projects for donations, so on and so forth. So keep posted on our social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram, and we're going to be putting some YouTube videos up as well. So keep posted there. Also on April 22nd, we have our Digital Earth Day coming up with the Office of Sustainability is partnering with us, and we're going to be putting up a ton of videos featuring the environment, and they're educational and fun, and they're anything from crafty upcycling projects to really wonderful educational material provided by professors. So we've got staff, faculty, students, and community partners and businesses all contributing to make this wonderful day happen. So tune in as well for that. We're going to have all of those posted on YouTube, and then we're also going to be having various Earth Week themes posted after next week as well, with little challenges of things that you can do at home to help keep our planet healthy and happy. And then in terms of contacting us, go ahead and check out our website, utdallas.edu/volunteer. We're working on getting some virtual opportunities up there for you as well, with links and all of those wonderful things. And then, of course, if you have any questions, you can contact us at volunteer@utdallas.edu. At any time you're volunteering, go ahead and hashtag volunteerUTD there. Super exciting stuff. Just want to see if anyone has any questions at this point, but beyond that, that's all the wonderful content I have for you, and I'm so glad you could join. I'll give a couple seconds to see if anyone has any questions here. Oh, there's one. I am new to this, so are you hosting any events where we can volunteer together? What a great question. Working on it, in progress, so keep posted with the OSV and we will let you know. Great question, great question. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to end it. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Bye-bye.